Are you a real estate investor that's heard the term Section 8 program and have no idea what it's about? Well, guess what? This video is perfect for you. After watching this video, you're going to learn everything about Section 8 real estate investing and why so many people are doing it today. And it's all going to begin after this. Hi everyone, I'm Josh Tavares, investor and realtor with eXp Realty Brokerage. So great, you can help us out. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell to get update on our newly uploaded content. Also, if you're looking to invest in real estate with low involvement, great cash flow, great appreciation at a low price point, guess what? Click the link below, let's book an appointment, and let's partner together. Without further ado, let's begin. Section 8 program is a great U.S. initiative in many states in where the government provides housing for individuals with lower income, where they'll subsidize most of their income, if not all of it, depending on their circumstance. This is great for investors because it's guaranteed income without having to hound any tenants for any late rent. This is something you're going to receive every single month coming into your checking account. During the Depression in the 1930s in the United States, there was a big housing crisis for many individuals in which the housing agency and the federal government worked together to help individuals who were unable to find housing. Section 8 is also spelled out in the Housing Act of 1937 in the United States. Now, for industry standards, most people are calling it the Section 8 program. However, it is a housing voucher program. Housing and urban development in some of these U.S. cities are agencies that provide vouchers for individuals who need housing, who may have lower income or have disability, help them find the housing they need and provide income to investors. Now, for many people, you may be thinking, well, I don't want to be involved in a program where just anybody can get in. However, these are individuals who are working, who are qualified, they've been vetted, and have to follow a long wait list in order to find housing. So these are not individuals who had the intention of anything malicious. So these are going to be individuals who actually go to work every day, who are looking to take care of the property, need housing, and may have a lower income, but just need some sort of support, in which this is why the Section 8 program is so great, with the agency helping out individuals who need the housing. Now, tenants can range from homeless to domestic abuse individuals, as well as individuals with disability who are having a difficult time with obtaining housing. Once these individuals have been selected and their profile has been approved, they'll be provided a voucher in which they'll go about looking around for homes, in which the housing agency will help out in between the different sides, in which, of course, both sides have to be vetted. The home has to go through inspection, and the individuals, such as the tenants, also need to be vetted to make sure they qualify for the program and they're quality people. Now, as I said, the Section 8 is federal, so these individuals who are obtaining these vouchers are able to use it for different states. It doesn't just have to qualify for the city or the region that you're in, which provides them an opportunity in the event that where they're currently living is too expensive, or if they find work elsewhere, they'll have the ability to go about using that Section 8 voucher they can use toward housing in another state or city. Now, like I said, these individuals are vetted. However, we do recommend that you go about doing your own credit checks and having your property management, or yourself if you're managing the property, go about obtaining as much information and make sure these individuals are of quality on top of the vetting that's been done through the governing agency. Because at the end of the day, this is your property, and this is going to be, if there's any major concerns, it's going to be something you're going to have to deal with. So you want to make sure that they're vetted, of course, outside of just the housing agency, that you have some sort of input, you've done your homework to make sure these individuals are good to go. And for many investors, they'll go about asking for the tenant's housing packet to learn more about their housing condition and actually go to their current residence to see how they go about living their day-to-day lives in the home. Do they take care of the property? Do they cause any damage? And anything as such. And with the paperwork, you can email back to Section 8 program to have them re-verify to make sure everything is in tip-top shape. And remember, so these are different agencies, so the offices of these agencies can take longer than others. Some may be quicker, may take a couple of weeks, some may take a couple of months. Now, I will say, because of the pandemic, there has been a massive shortage in labor as well as materials, as we all know, and food and whatnot. But it has led to taking a longer time frame to have tenants be tenanted in properties, and sometimes it takes months until they go about the full process of having the application reviewed, having the inspection taking place on the property, and having the tenant officially into the property. As we know, the Great Resignation has led to large shortages in employment, as well as, of course, goods, as we've mentioned before. However, it's also impacted the federal housing agencies, in which it's taking a longer time frame to have individuals be able to go about inspecting and having tenants into the property. So it's something to keep in mind on how you're going about obtaining your properties. That's going to take a little bit of time before everything gets finalized to have someone tenanted into your property. And that's why we really recommend having a reserve fund from 6 months to a year on the property, because of the time frame it's going to take to have tenants come into the property, so you'll be able to pay for the expenses in the time being until you begin receiving monthly income from the agency. Now, in order to have the tenant be tenant to your property, you have to pass inspection, and an inspector will check on an annual basis to make sure that everyone is complying, the investor as well as the tenant, making sure everything is fully fulfilled. Now, if you fail inspection, you will now have to wait for the next inspector to come in, or the same one, to re-inspect your property after you've made the changes that's been referred by the inspector. Once your property passes inspection, the tenant will be allowed to move into the property, begin residing, and then you'll begin receiving income from the agency. It's expected the rents will be deposited between the 1st and the 5th of the month. Now, it may take some time for things to clear into your bank account, but it should be a few short days and you'll be receiving income from them. Also, typically about 30% of the income is going to go towards rent from the tenant's perspective, and then about 70% will come straight from the housing agency. So that's something to keep in mind. Now, with individuals who do have disability, they tend to have 100% coverage, as at times it is a bit more challenging for them to obtain income from traditional sources. Now, I will say there is no discrimination allowed. So in the event that you do have someone who does apply for your home who does have a disability, you cannot go about asking about their disability. That is not legal and will probably lead to some fees that'll have to be paid on your end. It's great because you don't have to worry about the tenant providing 100% of the funds. Sometimes they might not pay at all, they might pay late, they may pay a little here, a little there, and at least this way, you have the ability to receive 70% from the housing agency and the other 30% from the individual. So in the event, worst case, which is not very likely because these individuals are vetted and they know that if they do cause any issues, they can be removed from the program, that this way you're receiving 70% of the income instead of 25% or 50%. Now, I will say for these individuals, it's not as though they can essentially do as they please. Now, with these individuals who are tenanting the property, I will say that if they cause any disturbances or they are removed from the Section 8 program, they are removed completely. They'll have to reapply and get back on the wait list. It's not as though they'll be removed from one property onto the next in a matter of days. So that's why these individuals are more likely to take care of, because they know that if they lose this, it might be quite some time before they find housing that fits their needs. And also, investors need to comply as well. Like I was saying, there's going to be annual inspections. And if you're not passing the inspections, then guess what? You're not going to receive the income, and it's going to be a lot of back and forth between the landlord and the housing agency, and it's going to not be a very ideal situation. So you want to make sure your home is always up to code. Any repairs needs to be done, and making sure that you're complying, and as well as for the tenant side as well. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope that video was super helpful, insightful, and gives you all the information needed to understand what Section 8 program is all about. I'm Josh Tavares, investor and realtor with eXp Realty Brokerage. It's so great if you can help us again and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell, get updates on our newly uploaded content. And if you're looking to invest in real estate with a low price point, low involvement, great cash flow, great appreciation, click the link below, let's book an appointment, and let's partner together. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Take care.